Just want to film a video real quick. You know, we've got so many moving pieces in the business right now. There's so much coming together, so many good things, so many not so good things, and you're just working through it and growing a new version of the team. Dude, I just want to make a short video just as a reminder that you have to give it all to God. You do not have the strength to do it yourself. I've actually been in the car listening to worship music and just recentering myself back into the reality that, you know, none of this is of my power. Like, I can, you know, use all the tricks in the book and everything to influence and everything and whatever, but ultimately it's all up to God, and it's only in His mercy that anything happens good for anybody. And so I just wanted to make a reminder, like, if you feel right now like you're trying everything and nothing's working, to, you know, literally give it to God and to seek first the kingdom of heaven, because in doing so all these other things will be granted to you, as scripture says, right? And I think I used to think, like, what does that actually mean? Practically, what does it even mean? Why do people say that? Why would I give it to God? What does it mean to seek first the kingdom and all that? How do I trust God? And it's exactly that. You know what I mean? It's just like how I trust this car, that when I hit the gas pedal it's going to move forward, or how I trust in the law of gravity to keep me on the ground, or I trust in anything. I trust that I'll be alive the next morning when I go to bed at night. You know, I trust that I'll wake up. I trust, you know, whatever. I trust that as I run these ads, you know, that we're going to continue to get decent lead costs, and that a portion of those leads will book a meeting, and a portion of those leads that book a meeting will end up closing on our programs, and we'll continue to make a good return on our investment, and we'll continue to grow our business. You know, there's a lot of things that I put my trust in, but none of it, absolutely none of it, is as foundational as the creator of the universe himself. And so if you're putting your trust in worldly things, if you're putting your trust in things like you know, I don't know, yourself, especially if you're trusting yourself, you have to trust yourself, but you have to trust the strategies, you have to trust yourself, you have to trust all that, for sure. But if you really want to solidify your chances of a long-lasting, successful thing, you have to trust God. And I think that if you have a heart for God, and I think that if you desire to know God, He actually physically won't let you succeed unless you keep Him involved. And I've done this where I start to succeed and I'm like, oh, I got this. You know, I just stopped thinking about God. I stopped caring. I'm like, I don't need God. That's honestly where I go. And it sounds crazy to say it, like, with my own words, but that's where my heart goes. It'll go to, I don't need God anymore. I have a funnel. You know what I mean? Like, it's the stupidest thing. Yeah, that's so dumb. You still need God, because this world is ultimately messy and corrupt, and you know, if it were to work the way it was set up to work, then, you know, we'd be reaping incredible benefits for way less effort, and it wouldn't be so toilsome, and it wouldn't be so many sacrifices and so much. But, like, it's not the world we live in. We live in a world where there's a lot of sacrifices, and so and sometimes those sacrifices don't play out. There's people that are going to work 10 times harder than I've ever worked, and sacrifice 10 times more than I'll ever sacrifice, and will have a fraction of the reward. But the law that governs the universe, you know, that binds all things together, that is God. That is God, man. That is God's judgment of your heart. You know, that's not, you know, anything new age spiritual. It's just God. Like, that is God. He decides your fate. And if you don't believe that, then He'll make you believe it at some point. So I just want to put a call out, like, you must trust in God. Like myself, I'll teach my audience, my people, good stuff that's working. I'll show you what's worked for me. I'll show you the mental formulas and frameworks, the strategies out in the marketplace, how to sell, how to market, the right tracking sheets, and how to structure things, and how to build a program and make a lot of money and everything. And we have a He said we have a client in our mastermind who's gonna have their first $400,000 month this month. It's amazing. But it means nothing without God. And if their heart isn't towards God, then they're probably gonna lose it at some point and not know where to go. And that's the thing, man, is you have to put money in its place. Like, it's just money. That's all it is. It's a necessity, and making a lot of it is amazing. And it changes your life, and you have a lot more freedom, you have a lot more options. Problems that used to just totally destroy your quality of life, you know? Like, the reason to make a lot of money, my reason to make a lot of money, honestly, is because I want to have freedom and options, and I want life to be set up in such a way that we don't have any problems that take us away from the more important things in life, right? So getting my money right, making a ton of money, is all about making sure that I can actually spend my time when I'm not actively making money on things that really matter. Because otherwise, you know, I think you live in this is how the system's set up, this is how the world's set up. You're just gonna live in this cycle, this hamster wheel of like earning enough money to pay the bills for that month so you can earn enough money the next month to pay the bills that month. And now, money becomes your God. In a different direction though. Right? And so I think, you know, getting money, making a bunch of money, putting a bunch of money in the bank, having assets, having a great cash flow business, you know what I mean, coaching is a great cash flow business, then it becomes a matter of just making as much as you can so that you can do other things with your time. And getting it out of the way, almost. And so, I don't know, man. I don't even know where I'm going with this. I think I'm just giving myself advice here. Don't trust in your own power. You have a lot of power. Humans, you know, we're God's creatures. We're made in the image of God. We have a lot of God in us. Or not necessarily, you get what I mean. We're not God, that's for sure, but we have a lot of God in us, inspired through us. And in that, we have the ability to create. But also in that, you know, because we're fallen, it's a broken world, we unfortunately have lost our way. And a lot of people, myself included, we don't want to submit to anything, even God. And if you don't submit to God, He will strike you down. And He will show you what it means to submit to Him. Either in this lifetime, or in the next lifetime. And let's hope it's in this lifetime. Because if it's in the next lifetime, you won't have a chance again. So submit to God. Let Him guide you. Let Him be the source of things. Let Him be the ultimate fuel of the things that you do. That's all.